what we are not gonna do, and I repeat, what we are not going to do is play victim. You know, woke up a sleeping bear, god damn it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another vlog. This vlog is quite different. Actually, I've never made a video like this. I don't make videos putting out like my personal business in detail. I don't. I may touch on the subject once it's like over and done with, and you know, just give a small snippet like, oh yeah, I did go through this, but it's all, you know, whatever, and move on. I woke up to text message from my good friend who I thought was going to tell me something horrifying. Had me scared. Sis, wake up, 911. And I'm like, oh crap, you know, trying to call back. Now before you watch this video, I'm like, what video? What video? Well, such and such made another video, and yeah, people are saying this about you in the comments, or saying it's you in the comments or something. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta wake up to this. Okay, I'm gonna call you right back, sis. I never even called her back, god damn it. But she scared the living craps out of me. I thought it was the end of the world. I thought we lost a family member or something. Jesus. I just feel like, I feel real indifferent about making a video like this because I'm grown and I don't even like to partake in videos where we have to address things like that. To me, I just feel like any other time, the last video I let slide because I'm like, you know what, I am a grown-ass woman. I don't have to put my business, every little thing that happens in my life, I don't have to put that on the internet. It's nobody's business if me and said person isn't cool anymore. I feel like today's video that I seen definitely rubbed me the wrong way for several reasons. Of course, nobody's name was mentioned, but I feel like if you know the type of relationships that were described in that video, then you know who the people are. And it's not ironic that these people are no longer in that person's life. It's not ironic. I mean, think for a second, just think, right? I don't know who said person was referring to when the comment was made about like they really hate my ass in secret, jealous. I don't know who that person was referring to, because I'm hoping that it wasn't me that reference was made for, because child, you ain't got nothing that I want at all. Now what really baffles me is that said person has the audacity to group the friends that she no longer has and say, you know, I prayed, I dropped to my knees and I asked God to remove people who don't need to come on the journey that I'm going on. Not saying that me telling you that you needed to pray had to be received, you know. However, please don't associate the fact that people who are no longer your friends are removed from your life to benefit you. This journey that you're going on is a journey that God doesn't want us to go on. And I personally feel like I don't want to be on that damn journey at all. At all. I can't speak for the others, but I don't want to go on that journey. So please don't associate me in that prayer at all. At all. Because while you were praying, I was praying too. Because at this point, I don't know who's receiving your prayers. I don't know if God receiving them or the man below. But trust me, sis, I don't want to be on that journey. If you're going to tell the story, give details. Give supporting facts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to tell y'all why we are no longer friends and how the shit has been stirred up for a really long time. LA. So we had a brand opportunity in LA, and our manager, because me and said person had the same manager, our manager set up everything. We had a brand opportunity in LA. We get to LA, we stay an extra day and whatnot, just to like film content and whatnot. But we went to the first brand opportunity. We had a brand meeting with Live Nation. So we're at Live Nation, the meeting goes well. The person that we were meeting with was like, hey, we have a bar, stay, you know, social hour starts at about this time, everybody's gonna be getting off soon, everyone kind of like stays behind and, you know, mingle and drink and whatnot. Whatever y'all want to drink, on us, blah blah blah. Okay, cool, it's open bar to everybody, I guess, but I'm not drinking, right? So we're at the bar, we're chopping it up, talking about personal life, talking about work-related stuff, and this is what I feel like started the domino effect of our friendship. This is what started. I mean, things have like happened in the past that like really agitated me, but not enough to like end the friendship. So we're talking about work, we're talking about love life, talking about this and about that, and some way somehow we got on the subject about like current deals that we were working on and that we were about to start working on, the whole 9 yards. When you have like a group of friends who are influencers, like, well, I can't say all of them, but I know like for me and my like influencer friends, we always talk about like what we have going on. We see if they need contacts for the certain brand. Like say like if I was working with the brand and she like and she wasn't, then I would like do an introduction email for them. You get what I'm saying? So like we share information like that. We talk about how much to charge, what we're being paid, just so none of us are blindsided and we know like what to like charge, what to look for, all that. We got on the subject about working with brands, and then I was like, oh, I have this opportunity with this brand, but they're trying to pay me this, but that's like much lower than my rate card, and I just don't know if I should take it. It would start the relationship, but I don't want to undersell myself just because I personally like the brand, if that makes sense, because I feel like that's how the brands take advantage after a while. And she was like, yeah, like I have the same brand opportunity too. And I was like, oh, okay, like what are they offering you? And she was like, oh, like about the same as you. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, maybe that's standard, I don't know, you know, and just kind of like let it go. So sis keep drinking, she keep drinking. Then we meet some girls that work there, and then eventually one of the guys that worked there had some friends come, and that's how we ended up meeting the guy Zach. Zach is an artist. They introduced us, we all started talking, blah blah blah. Him and old girl, you know, hit it off. She was like, yeah, I rap, you know, whatever. So they're chopping it up, and you know, I'm sitting there talking to the girls. I'm watching her though, because like she had been drinking and you know, she was good and whatnot. So I was like, okay, cool. So we ended up going get food, and the guys were supposed to come, like she was like inviting them to come, but for some reason like they didn't come. I think they wanted something different. So we get to the restaurant, order our food, eating, she got another drink. Now at this point her words are starting to slur, and I could tell. I was like, you know, I had told her, I was like, girl, like you've been throwing them back all day. She's like, you know, I'm good or whatever. I'm like, all right. And then she just started talking about like her personal life and everything that she had going on, and then, you know, work stuff. And when she started talking overall, like whenever she drinks, you know, she really just lets everything out, which is cool. I'm that person that you can talk to. I'm gonna give you advice, I'm gonna actually listen. Talking about everything that's going on with love and this and that, and gets to work part, right? I feel like God fixed it like this, because she brought up the same brand that we were talking about earlier in the day, and she goes, yeah, and then this brand, you know, they're paying me this amount, which is good, so I just need to keep working. And I'm sitting there like, how much you said that they paying you? Because a few hours ago, before you was drinking heavy, you said that they were paying you like $1,500 less. In my mind, I'm like, why would you lie about that? So I was like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe she felt like she needed to lie because I said that they offered me this and she didn't want to make me feel bad because she got an offer like this. But we friends, we sisters, like, why would you have to lie about something like that? So I was just like, that's like hella weird, you know? So now I'm thinking, I'm like, well, when my manager came to me, this was their budget, but we have the same manager. And so at this point, now I got all kind of things running through my head. I'm like, okay, I'm being told this by management. She's getting this and felt the need to lie to me. The brand probably just had, you know, a certain budget and, oh, find me this amount of girls, split it how you want. Like, I don't know, but the fact that I was being lied to, I was just like, okay, well, I was told that that was their budget, and at this point, the fact that you lied to me, I'm not gonna take the deal. Maybe the leftover money can go to you. Now, it wasn't because I was jealous. It wasn't because if anything, sis, I want you to have these opportunities. That should have been your cue to be like, sis, I got this out of them, blah 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 blah. But like, I want you to excel, which is why I brought you to Paris, which is why you got to meet Marc Jacobs. Like, I want you to excel. I've had opportunities. I've had several brand opportunities. I was like, what? So we get back to the room or whatever, chilling in bed. I'm talking to the Savage X Fenty rep. I had literally just signed my deal. Oh girl, she has a lunch meeting with the same rep that I'm talking to the next day. So the rep didn't know that we were on the same trip and that I was in LA. So we're trying to figure out a time to meet, and she's like, well, just come to the lunch meeting with tomorrow. So I turned to her and I was like, hey, oh girl wants me to come to the lunch meeting with y'all tomorrow. I was like, but I know that you have something to pitch to her. I was like, so this is what I'll do. After we leave Pretty Little Thing, I'll drop you off. You can have your lunch meeting, and then after you're all done, then I'll come and I'll have the meeting with her. She was like, yeah, because I really want to pitch or whatever. So I started typing the email, and I was like, hey, I can come to the lunch meeting tomorrow, but I know that y'all had y'all meeting already scheduled, so I'll give you guys your time, and then I'll come sit with y'all afterwards. So we got to the meeting the next day. I sat at the bar, answered some emails, took some phone calls while they had their meeting. After they were done, I think she came to get me, and then we had lunch. You think everything is cool? All right, cool. Our last day, I don't know who I did was, but her and Zach were planning on meeting up at Santa Monica, and she was like, well, let's go to Santa Monica. Was it Santa Monica? Yeah, Santa Monica, and hang out with Zach or whatever. So I'm like, all right. I felt kind of weird because now, like, we're on the beach and we're all just chilling. I feel like third wheel, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, they sitting over there, I'm sitting over here, I'm on the phone doing whatever, and then it's time to go. So I dropped Zach off. I had a rental car. I always get a rental car every time I go to LA. He said he was about to catch an Uber. I asked him what part of what part he lived in. He told me. I was like, okay, I'm familiar with that area. It's on the way. Like, I'll just drop you or whatever. Real cool dude. So we're all talking in the car and whatnot. He mentions that his family had this rental property in Jamaica. Huge, beautiful place. He was like talking about like how he want to like start getting influencers to go to the property and stuff like that. So we got to his place. I parked. He's in the back seat. She's in the front. He's showing us photos of the property. And I'm like, yo, your birthday is coming up. And he was like, yeah, like, you know, like just give me dates and stuff like that. Connect with me. He's talking to her. And she was like, okay. So that was now this is the plan for the birthday. Okay, so this was a productive trip overall. Even though I'm a little, you know, irritated. by being lied to, it's all good. It's all good. We had a very productive trip. Now it's time to move on to Antigua. I'm not going to Antigua. She knows I'm not going. They know I'm not going. Everybody knows I'm not going to Antigua. I didn't want to be around all the alcohol and drinking. I just wasn't in the mood to party. I had been partying. This was like a week after LA. She calls me and is begging me to go to Antigua. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, girl, I'm not drinking. I'm like, and you know, I don't want to be around it. Girl, I don't even drink like that. Like, I won't drink. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'll even take your pictures. I mean that she didn't get pictures in Dubai. You know, like, just come. I ain't got nobody else to go with. I don't want to be with them. Just come. I'll take your pictures. So I'm like, I'm like, nope, I'm not falling for that because I ain't gonna be able to find you. Nope. Miss, I'm telling you, blah, 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 blah. And at this particular time, I'm sitting there having movie night. You know, answer the phone for her, whatever, whatever. And Wendell's looking at me the whole time. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna call you back. Come on, man. Just come over there. I'll let you know. Wendell's like, I don't want to hear no whenever you get back. This and that. And I'm like, yeah, but like she ain't got nobody to go with. And he's like, all right. Every time you come back from a trip, you always got a story to tell. And I'm like, okay. We get to Antigua. She's not supposed to be drinking, right? Supposed to be taking my photos, right? I can't find her. Can't find her. Always disappearing. I'm pretty much on the trip by my damn self. The first night we get there, welcoming party, she disappears. Can't find her. I'm walking around a resort at night looking for my friend who didn't even tell me she was leaving the welcoming party. We're in Antigua on a resort that we've never been to. It's hundreds of us here. I don't know what happened to you. So now I'm like, okay, I can't find her. I'm asking everybody. So then I'm like, okay, well maybe, you know, like she went walk with somebody or whatever. So now I'm kind of like forced to have to mingle a little bit, kind of insert myself into groups that are already formed, feeling real awkward, just kind of standing there. So I was like, I go back to the hotel room. I can't go in the room. She got somebody in there. Great. My feet hurt because I've been looking for you. You didn't even have the decency to tell me you was bringing somebody into the room. And now I have to sit in the lobby of our hotel until you done doing whatever. Fucking inconsiderate. Next morning, wake up. She's already dressed, 8 o'clock. Girl, where you going? Oh, I'm about to go get breakfast or whatever. Damn, sis, like you couldn't have woke me up and been like, hey, like you ready to start moving around or whatever. Well, you know, I just thought I would bring my laptop, go peep the scene or whatever. I'm like, okay. Well, just get dressed and come meet me afterwards. I'm like, all right. Left. Get dressed, go try to find her. Can't find her. I don't know what she was at this point. To be honest with you, it was like that the entire trip. And then like the last day, it was like the battle of the boats or whatever. She ended up getting on the influencer boat that was really tiny. P. Diddy's son was on the boat and whatever, and I chose not to get on that boat. I'm like, that boat is much smaller. I'm not getting on that boat. I ended up getting on a different boat, and she never came with me. So now I'm on a boat really by myself. I mean, I knew some of the people from like the year before, but I'm literally by myself. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So we get back from Antigua. She has plans that night. She goes out. And I'm resting because I'm leaving the next day, but I also have a business meeting in the morning. Woke up for my business meeting, grabbed my luggage, went to the business meeting, and headed to the airport. Got through security, got some food. At this point, I'm literally about to board the flight. I'm in line, zone 2, walking up to scan my ticket. I'm in line, but that's where I was going. Like literally out the blue, I get a text message from the ex super cool. Like I feel like he's being made out to be a bad person, but that dude like for real. And this is me because I like to speak highly about people and the truth. He's been nothing but hospitable to me, cook, clean, treated her like royalty. So I don't know, but I do know, I did find out afterwards what actually led to the story that is being said. But just know that a lot of details are being left out as to why it even got to that point, but that's his story to tell. Anyway, I got a text message from him and he's looking for her. Now at this point, she went out last night, so I'm like, oh crap. I call, hey, what you mean? I don't know where she at. So I step out of line and I'm like, yo, like, what's up? And he's like, hey, I'm looking for whatever. I had just sent her some money and she was supposed to pay me back after Antigua. And I'm like, wait, like y'all talking? And he was like, yeah, like I just sent her some money. Like she just sent me photos while y'all was in Antigua. And I was like, okay. Well, she went out last night, but that's all I know. And then he starts going off and he was just like, yo, like thank you for, you know, still like being cool with me and not choosing sides because you know the real story. And he was like, what's so fucked up about it is like she talked mad shit about you and literally said just like when y'all went to LA, she was like, yeah, she's jealous of me. She just had to come to this business meeting with Savage or whatever, like just talking mad shit. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how would he know that? How would he know that I went to lunch? Although I didn't want to go to that lunch, but how would he know that? Because you've been talking to him and about me. The same person that you was on the trip dogging to these guys, to other guys on the trip, and to girls on the trip, and to subscribers. You talked to him about our trip to LA in October? Okay, you saying all this about me in October? Okay, look how God worked. I was like, whoa, and he was like, and you know what, I don't care if you say something or whatever, because like that's down bad. Like she be on the phone with her mama talking mad shit or whatever. Now, if this was a female telling me this, I probably would have took it with a grain of salt. But because it was a guy that she was intimate with, that she was in a relationship with, that's where pillow talk happened. Feelings mad hurt. I called her, she didn't answer. I boarded the flight. Sent her a text and then she texted me back. Like I wish I still had the text to actually read it, but you know my phone rebooted and I had to go through all the changes after my Christmas party. But I sent her a text and I was like, yo, I just got off the phone with such and such, and to my surprise, like he said this and this, and he knew about our LA trip, but you weren't supposed to be talking to him. And come to find out that, like, basically in a nutshell, like you talking shit to a guy who you was just bashing to everybody. Like, the hell? Like, and you telling him like she was just mad that I was getting paid more than her, that's why she didn't take that brand deal. And in the text I told her, I was like, and no, I did not take the brand deal because you were getting paid more than me. I didn't want to take it from the beginning before I even talked to you. The manager knew that. My emails show that, oh, that rate is really low. Before we went to LA, I didn't take the brand deal because my best friend felt the need to lie to me about it when I always looked out. I always look out. So I didn't take that deal, not because of that. I wasn't expecting her to say, yeah, I said it, but I didn't say it like, this is through text, I didn't say it like that. I was just really hurt and was venting to him because I felt like you wasn't taking the deal because I was getting paid more and it made you mad, like I wasn't deserving of it. And I was like, what? So you did talk shit about me. And if that bothered you, you could have talked to me. I'ma distance myself. Like, this shit not cool, blah, 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 blah. Left it at that. Plane took off. November rolls around. she sends out a message about the Jamaica trip, talking about, you know, I hope you can join. I'm asking that everybody puts in, I think it was like $1,000. $1,000. I may not be the smartest person in the world, but I could have sworn that this Jamaica trip was supposed to be free for all of us because we're all influencers. I was there when the house was offered. I was the one that said, hey, do this for your birthday. Why is she asking for $1,000 from every person? Oh, I know why. Okay. Then I started feeling bad and I was like, yeah, I'm not, I probably won't go. And then, I wonder if she wanted $1,000 from me too. Being that I was there. What? I'm confused. Okay, like whatever. My mom was supposed to actually come into town that exact same weekend because my cousin was graduating from police academy. My mom told me the wrong dates. Initially she said that weekend, and then like leading up to that weekend before, she was like, oh no, it's not this weekend coming up, it's the following weekend. I'm like, damn, I could have been bought my ticket. Well, I'm not gonna go now, like it's pretty expensive, so yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'll just make it up to later or whatever. But mind you, I was still kind of feeling like ill about that. So my friend came over and she was doing my hair, and I had ran down the situation that had happened, and I was like, but I still feel like I should be on the trip. Like the girls that are going, like they're cool with her, but they're not like her best friends, and you know, I just feel like I need to be there. Like none of her close friends are there. And I was like, but I don't know. And my friend was just like, she was like, especially after finding that out, like you don't know like what else, like don't feel bad, miss, like whatever. And I'm like, I know, but I just always have like a soft spot for her. Like that's your problem, you give too many chances and all this and that. So I'm like, okay. So I turned around and I hit up somebody that was gonna be on the trip, and I was like, hey, she thinks I'm not coming, but I'm gonna come. Just send me the address of where y'all staying and I'm gonna surprise her. Because at this point, like they were going into day 2 of the trip. I was like, I'll be there tomorrow, like just send me the details, try to keep me updated on as to like where y'all are. Went through hell and high waters to get there. Finally got there, had time just enough to get ready for the club that they were going to, but she didn't know I was there. Get there, surprise her, the whole crying hoopla made her smile. But when I walked in the house, like I could sense that the energy was off, and I wasn't sure why. Later on, I found out that it was because like just the things that they were supposed to do on the trip hadn't been done, and everybody was mad at Zach. I noticed that like nobody was like vlogging, so I was like, okay, so I wasn't gonna vlog either. I'm sitting down and Zach comes and we're chopping it up or whatever, and I was like, hey, how come nobody vlogging? And he was like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I was like, well, did you talk to them? He was like, no, like, you know, the energy's just been mad weird and blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, like I'll try to figure it out. So I go to the girls and I'm like, hey, like what's going on? Like why none of y'all vlogging? Like why y'all energy off? And they started explaining what's going on and how they feel like, you know, they paid this amount of money and nothing was delivered in a sense. And I was like, well, y'all wasn't told that this was like influencer promotion exchange type of stay for her birthday and whatever. And it was like, no, we wasn't told. And I was like to myself, now I gotta fix this shit. Now I gotta fix this shit, because she didn't inform the influencers who are here on a birthday trip for an influencer opportunity that they needed to be vlogging. Great. This is bad. This is bad. This is real bad. Yeah, we paid this much, but if we got the house for free, then where'd the money go? Jesus. Okay. Well, it's either going to come down to a few things. They're gonna go off on this girl in this house, or I can try to rectify the situation. All right, y'all, like, come on, like, let's go to the pool, let's have fun, like, come on, like, let's get out of this mood, like, go put your bathing suit on. Trying to have a good day. So we ended up having a sit down, everybody, and Zach was like, no, this is how much I told you was going to be needed just for like the food. The house was free, but this is what I said needed to be paid as far as the food and the cleaners and this and this and that. At this point, it's like, where's the rest of the money? I had just got there, so I hadn't paid anything yet. One of the girls had already left, but the house, like, we still got a few people in the house. My dumbass, because I was surprising her, I ended up booking my flights for the original dates, but I wasn't told that the dates had changed. So I was there for like an extra day. She ended up changing her flight to stay with me or whatever. But during like the last, like the last night that the girls were there, we all, you know, was at the pool. They talked to Zach. They was like, what kind of content you need. They ended up doing the content for him, like, you know, just kind of like posing with the bottles, because they have a champagne company, and that posing with the bottles, doing that, like, they felt bad that he didn't get the content that he was expecting, and it kind of like, it hurt their feelings, like, damn, like, this whole time, like, we was kind of like looking at him sideways, but then this was going on. They leave, so we're there like the day by ourselves or whatever, and I don't remember like what. Oh, I was taking pictures. It was dedicated to like taking pictures and stuff like that. Took pictures. Later that night, we're all in the patio area, and she was taking a nap. And she comes out, whatever. She has a seat with us, and at the time, I think we were playing like Never Have I Ever, I think, or I don't remember. Like we were talking about something or playing some type of game. I don't remember. And, you know, she comes and sits down or whatever, and like we're all chopping it up. All of us did not, according to her story, walk in after a nap and listen to somebody talk about her for 2 hours. That's complete bullshit. She walked in, it was me, Anna, Zach, and Zach's cousin. No, oh, let me go back. So earlier that day, we were taking photos and stuff, right? She asked me for the memory card. She was like, Miss, like, can I see your memory card so I could put the, look at the photos and get the pictures? And I was like, yeah. Gave her the memory card. She went upstairs with her computer and was going through her photos. You took the memory card, sis, for a reason, right? Okay. Gave her my memory card back. I'm like, you good? She was like, yeah. All right, cool. I took pictures for Zach, promoting his brand. I took pictures of her in her bathing suits, the Savage X Fenty stuff. Took some photos of Anna. I had taken some photos the day before with the girls. I had all this on my memory card, sent everybody their photos. You personally had my SD card in your computer. I asked if you was good. You said yes. I'm like going through photos or whatever, like looking over them with Zach. So now I'm clearing stuff out. So she sits down or whatever. We're just all chopping it up. I'm drinking champagne. Yep, some of the champagne that came from his brand. And we all just like chilling, relaxing. Zach ended up going to bed. Anna ended up going to bed. So now it's just me, the dude, and her. So we're all just talking, and she started talking about, I remember, because it was talking about like, why I can't find no man that, you know, all the shit that she said about men, like, I need a man to do this, I need a man to do that, and I'm this and I'm that or whatever. And I was like, I remember specifically because he had to explain to her. I said, sis, I was like, you ever thought about fasting? She was like, fasting? I was like, yeah. I was like, fasting and praying for discernment. Like, literally, like, just give up something that like you love, right? Not makeup, not clothes, not shoes, because like you get these items for free. So like you're not actually going to buy them, so you don't really like have an urge to like go get those things. What do you like? Shrimp. I was like, give up seafood. Give up seafood for a certain period of time. Fast. Pray for discernment. The same prayer. Be specific. oh, that's dumb. Like, so I gotta give up seafood for this and this and that. And I was like, yo, I was like, you just don't get it. You think you know everything. Like, I'm trying to tell you. And okay, but I don't get with seafood. Go and do this and this and that. And the dude was like, no, but like what she's saying is like, when you pray for discernment, like you fast, you gotta give up something that like you have an urge for or whatever. And I was like, thank you. I think this is the part that really pissed me off. It was just like, no matter what we said, no matter what anybody say, and this goes like back to like just the history of our friendship. No matter what, it's always like this attitude like I'm above. And I've always had an issue with that, and I've always called her out on that. I'm like, stop acting like that. Help this man need water. Or you don't do that, sis. Like, that's not right. Like, this man, like, you know, like always trying to push her into the right direction. Stop that shit. That is like, that turns people off in a way. And my dumb ass still here. Hey, I'm still here. Cause I'm dumb. I don't know what it was. She said something slick. It was something like worried, like you giving me advice, but you got your own. It was something along those lines. But whatever it was, I felt like she took something personal that I had told her and said it back to me in a malicious way in front of somebody that we didn't know. At that point, I was just like, how dare you? My girl, you got all this going on in your personal life, and you still have the audacity to want to sit here and talk about, oh, I need this from a nigga, like acting like you better than people, have just not a ounce of empathy about what just transpired and how the other girls felt. So I have to call you out on that. I have to come here. I have to do what I do best and save your ass, in a sense. Make light of a situation. I lost it. Like, I legit blacked out. And the last thing that I remember at that point was, like, honestly, like when I snapped out of it, it was her crying and saying like, we're friends. And she walked off. And I was like, fuck. Great. I feel horrible. I feel real horrible. Went to sleep. Woke up. She was already gone. Had changed her second flight she had booked to stay with me and changed it. I think she bought another one and left. So I didn't get a chance to speak to her. So I sat outside with Zach and Anna and the cooks of the house, and we just sat out and we talked, and I felt so bad. And the cooks kept reassuring me, because they were like real cool, and they were like, you were a breath of fresh air on this trip. When you walked in, the mood changed. It was nice and airy. You needed to be here. Don't feel bad because something like that transpired, because you were the only one that treated us with respect. You wasn't demanding stuff. You wasn't walking around here with an attitude, whatever. You said please and thank you. Sometimes that you just have to remove yourself. Sometimes things will keep happening, and you'll keep getting signs and red flags, and if you keep ignoring it, what do you expect? I was like, yeah, I know, but that's my little sister, man. I just feel so bad. Take some time, apologize, talk to her. I'm like, fuck. Okay. So the next day I get a text from her, and it's like, hey, miss, I'm so sad about what happened. I never would have thought. Hopefully we can talk about this soon. And something else. And at the bottom, it was like, can you send me my Savage X Fenty photos? Now, mind you, I had already deleted the photos back in Jamaica. After I thought she had taken them off the card. That's what the initial reason of having the card, or getting the card from me, was. I needed to clear my freaking memory card. I still have to vlog on my way home. So I'm like, sitting there, Because honestly, I got happy when I read the first part. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe we can get through this. But then when I read, can you send me my Savage X Fenty photos? So the initial reason of you texting me was for your own benefit. Selfish. Granted, what happened should have never happened. It should have never got that far. But you're just displaying typical behavior. Typical behavior. Selfishness. All about you. So I was just like, I deleted them. You know, makes me sad too, or yeah, maybe we could talk. I don't know. I don't even remember like what I said, but I know I did say that I deleted them, which I did. I texted and called, I think the first week of December, because Vlogmas was starting. No answer. She texted me the next day and was like, what's up? I was like, hey, just give me a call when you get a chance. Nothing. I called again. I think I called like 3 times trying to get in touch with her. No answer. No reply. And then the last text that I sent her was about us just having a conversation so we can establish boundaries. Because of course, we're with the same manager. Like, we got to be adults about it too, you know? A working type of relationship if there's no friendship left. No answer. I had to deal with Olay just recently in February. One of our mutual friends, we're all there for brand deals, and one of our mutual friends asked like, hey, would you like all of us to go out to dinner, even though that transpired, but maybe this would be a way for all of us to talk, since we never got a chance to talk about what happened there. And I was like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Like, I mean, it's no beef. Like, you know, it's just, it is what it is now. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to her. She reached out and she declined it. And I was like, hey, shit, don't make me no difference. Okay, don't make me none. That's pretty much the dominoes that happened from October up until I would say February. I would say February. The main thing happened in November, but October to November in Jamaica, that's when like everything really transpired. I had like a few other things like that happened that had kind of pissed me off like prior to all those things, like talking me into, hey, let's do a double date night. I'm gonna come to Dallas and I'm gonna bring this person in. We're gonna vlog it. And cause I'd already said like I didn't want to put like any type of dating material or me hanging out with guys on my channel. She was like, you know, well, we'll just do a double date. At this point, I'm like, I don't know, I don't like that type of content on my channel. Convince me, right? We both supposed to put our video up. They get back and she messaged me and says like, no, I said, I asked her like when her video was gonna go up. Oh yeah, I don't want to put them on my channel. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Then it was like it just been like little things, like while they were in Texas here, we're all chilling outside in the back, just all chopping it up. And like I had said something about like just having goals, and I finally achieved my goal by like having a house, and I always wanted like a chef. And she was like, yeah, but you don't have a chef. And I was like, but I have a house. And you know, it was just like little comments like that like kind of just irritated me. But I was just like, okay, while we're in Jamaica or like in Antigua, if like we're with a group of people and like I'm talking and they're like listening, it's like one of this like, okay, she talking again, like type of stuff. And it's just like the attention don't always have to be on you. And like there's been another time where like I'm at her house, another friend is in the room making wigs, and I'm like, oh my god, like I love this, like I just need a whole bunch of wigs, this and this and that, you know, like just talking, she was like, girl, like, yeah, let me know. I was like, cause you know, I was like, I feel like I need to change up my style, because like, I don't know if you follow this girl Karen, but like, she be wearing like all different types of wigs and colors and textures and styles. And she was like, yeah, girl, like, let me know, like, make it or whatever. She said something to do with this person's hair brand, and that person, I'm like, Missy girl, you don't even like switch up your hairstyle like that. And I'm like, that was the point of the conversation. But it was like to deter me away from using the girl either to like make the units or maybe partnering with her hair company. I don't know, because I recently found out that there was this blonde wig that she had made for a photo shoot, brand new wig or whatever, and I got there, I fell in love with it, wore it to BeautyCon, and I was like, sis, let me know how much for the wig to where I can pay you. I remember specifically, she was like, I don't know, like, okay, I'll let you know, whatever. I left. I'd never heard anything about the wig, so I was just assuming like, okay, like maybe she just was like, I'm not gonna charge my friend, like she promoted and she's gonna promote it when she wears it, whatever, whatever. I didn't know that she was having conversations about, yeah, she never paid me for my wig and this and that. I'll mail you your wig. I'll mail it back. It's not that big of a deal. I done had about 50 million wigs made since then. Money isn't the issue. I definitely tagged and talked about the unit more than what other people have done, and which was crazy to me, because it was like, when the book came out, bought it. When the new invention of the hair company came out, supported. The thing that was kind of weird to me is that, yeah, the whole PR list of influencers that she was sending it to, and never said, hey sis, like, would you like to promote my brand on your channel, or like, let's work together, I'm gonna send you some hair, whatever, whatever. I'm not looking for a handout just because you're my friend. But when you send in products to people who don't even fuck with you in that way, and it's not even promoting your shit, that's when I have an issue, because I've talked about collaborating and doing things, and it's almost like, nah, bitch, I don't care. Okay, it's fine. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I hate that I had to go public with it, but I mean, hey, you can't keep poking a sleeping bear when a sleeping bear is sleeping. And whether you try to be discreet about it, there's still people watching you poke the bear. That's gonna come back and report when that bear bites your ass. But that's it, child. Over and out.